Hey guys, Mrs. Weatherholt here. I thought that we might want to go through a couple of these speed practice problems just so you know what you are doing and how to set it up. And we'll do one together, we'll set a second one up, and you can kind of finish the rest on your own. Um, you watch this video made by Fuse School about how to calculate speed using distance and time. And at the end of that video, they gave you this handy little triangle um, that they called it the speed uh, equation triangle. So they put speed here, distance up here, and time right here. And that's really handy on trying to help you figure out which equation to use depending on which variable you're solving for. So let's look at problem one together. It says Grace rides her bike 18 kilometers in 1 hour, 30 minutes. What is her average speed in kilometers per hour? So the first thing that we want to do is we want to find what the question really is asking. So going back and reading it, it says, what is her average speed? That's really the root question here that we need to answer. So I'm going to go ahead and circle average speed because that's what we're going to be solving for. And my suggestion is that you should do the same thing when you're going through in answering these questions. Annotate your problems. Like, it really helps. Okay, now the second thing we need to do is find information that we already know in the problem. So Grace rides her bike 18 kilometers. Well, that's something we know. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to box 18 kilometers because 18 kilometers is a distance. And then it says in 1 hour, 30 minutes. Okay, that's another piece of information that we already know. Okay, now we need to figure out which equation are we going to use. So this is where our little triangle comes in handy for us, is speed, distance, and time. And since we are calculating for speed, I kind of just cross this one out, we see that we're left with distance and it's over time. So distance over time or distance divided by time. So that's the equation that we're actually going to use here, is speed is equal to distance divided by time. Now we're ready to plug in our numbers. So speed is equal to our distance, which is 18 kilometers, divided by our time, which the amount of time here is 1 hour, 30 minutes. The problem with 1 hour, 30 minutes is it's actually two different units of times, hours and minutes. We need them in the same amount. So you could either go with 1.5 hours or you could go with 90 minutes. It's still the same amount of time, but we want it to be one unit, either hours or minutes. If I look at my problem down here, it's asking for the speed to be in kilometers per hour. So what would make more sense is to convert this time here to hours. So we're going to go ahead and convert this to 1.5 hours. Okay, that's what we'll input here, 1.5 hours. Now I could solve this by using long division, but that seems a little bit silly, so we'll just pull up our calculator here. And 18 divided by 1.5 equals, and we're looking down here in the right hand corner, it says 12. 12. So our answer is 12. And of course, we need a label. And so the label, referring back up to here or to here and here, is going to be kilometers per hour. And so since that's my answer, I'm going to go ahead and circle it so it just stands out for me. Okay. Now you need 3 things for each of these problems. You need to, 1, show your work. Okay, so here is how we show our work. 2, you need to have your answer. So here is the answer. And 3, you need to have a label. You must have a label. Numbers are pointless without the label. Okay, so in order to get full credit on this assignment, you need all 3 of those things. Let's go ahead and set up problem number 2, just so we know that we have it set up, because this one we are not solving for speed. So I'll show you how the triangle will work to figure out the other equation. So it says Emily roller skates with constant speed of 18 miles per hour. How long will she take to travel a distance of 13.5 miles? So the first thing we do, we are going to ask ourselves, what is the question we are trying to answer? So we go back and we say, how long? How long will it take her? So when we're talking about how long, we're talking about time. We will be solving for time in this equation. Let's mark what we already know. Emily roller skates with a constant speed of 18 miles per hour. So 18 miles per hour is our speed. And how long will it take her to go a distance of 13.5 miles? This is what else we know. So again, I'm annotating my problem. Now let's figure out which equation we're going to use. So I'm going to set up my triangle right over here for a second. Speed, distance, and time. Again, we are looking this how long for time. So I'm going to go ahead and cross out time. And that leaves us with distance and speed. And distance is over speed, so it's going to be time. That's what we're solving for, is divided by distance, or not time is divided, I'm sorry, speed is equal to distance over time, or speed. Distance over speed. Now we go ahead and plug in our numbers. Time is equal to 18 kilometers per hour. And, not kilometers, I'm sorry. This one's miles. This should be miles. Divided by our, I just started doing this one backwards. Apparently, it's time for my bedtime. Okay, so what goes on top is distance. The distance is right here, which is 13.5 miles. And we're going to divide it by our speed, which is 18 miles per hour. And then you're going to plug those numbers into the calculator. You're going to get your answer of time, and your label, well, miles will end up canceling each other out, and it will be in hours. All right. Hopefully that gets you set up. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'd be happy to go through these problems with you one-on-one. We could do it through Google Meet, or Google Hangout would be fine too. I think Google Meet is usually a bit easier, so we can look at each other's screens as we're working through these. So I hope you guys find this helpful, and I hope you are doing well and staying safe and staying healthy. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.